Do you have sound now? Let me know if audio is good. No sound. Hopefully it's good now because the mic says it's working. Okay, we're back with sound. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened there, but as long as we're good to go, sound is back. All right, sorry about that. You got to understand, if we don't have something go wrong each live stream, there's no fun in it. So thank you for being here, and we are good to go. Yeah, so if I forget to turn this on, that's what you will hear. Absolutely nothing. So my bad, but I'm glad that happened in the beginning of the night. Hopefully no Wi-Fi issues, and we should be good to go. All right, boys, sorry about that. So since there was no mic in the beginning, got some topics to talk about tonight. Few things. I'm going to wait for everybody to sign on because we are very early. Why are we always early? When I tell you 8, it always turns out to be like 7:45 because I come down here a half hour before the live stream and I set everything up. And once I'm done setting everything up, I don't want to just sit here. I want to pop on. So for those of you that are subscribed and you hit the notification bell, you know right away. So here we are, just a little pregame before the folks start to really show up for 8. So let me get onto the chat here and start saying hello to everyone. First, I'll have to get by all the no audio things yet. So hold on here. So originally I said hello to Julio, who is number 1. How's Alaska treating you? Everybody's through the sound there. Good. Here we go. Mr. Dillon says, yes, things will look up for the Tundra. No more Tacoma restraints. Hopefully they can bring out a trail hunter soon. If they're smart, they will wait until 2025 to do anything trail hunter. They've done enough for 2024. Don't overdo it. Spread it out a little bit. That is my opinion. Let me know what you think about that. David, what's going on? Hello from the Pacific Northwest. I like it. Nice and early where you are. Sean, you caught the live again. You did, and I'm very happy about it. Watching from Alaska, 3:51 p.m. So those of you on the West Coast or extremely far west like Alaska, thank you so much for being here in the middle of your afternoon. There's only one thing to do to truly support you being here this early, and that is a delicious Diet Pepsi. So we have to start it out right. You know how we do things here. A cheers to the military and emergency services of the United States and Canada. Thank you for all you do, keeping us safe every single day. This one's for you. All right, let the burping begin right away, right there. All right, stretching out a little bit here, getting comfortable. No topics until 8 p.m., so we'll just get used to what's going on. Wyatt says, hello from Colorado. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you. Glacier says, hey, dude. Been a while since I tuned in. Good to be back. New Zealand in the house. Tell me how your right-hand drive Tundras are going. I haven't seen you in so long. Julio says, thank you for liking my post with my 2019. It was a great picture. At the gas station, it was a great picture. Agreed. Hopefully they add tow hooks. As someone who needed to be pulled out of a jam, we need them. Much love, Mark, from Lancaster, California. Hey, I appreciate you. And tow hooks are something I am hyper-focused on right now. Stay tuned. Delicious Coke Zero here, says Andrew. You can't say the Coke diet products are better than the Pepsi diet products. And I'm being wide open. You got to listen. Diet Pepsi tastes like Pepsi. Diet Coke does not taste like Coke. And I know you have Coke Zero, but I'm ready to argue this point. But hi, Andrew. How you doing, pal? Wyatt says, love your Tundra videos. Thank you, sir. No, Wyatt, thank you for tuning in because you are the reason I do the videos, my friend, but I appreciate you very much. Thank you. And X says, would you please do a walkthrough of each of the option packages, particularly for the limited? Yes, sir, I can. Anytime we go to the lot and we see the limiteds, which for some reason, and I know I'm talking weird here because my last video, we saw quite a few limiteds, but usually we don't see that many. But as I walk through them, I will show you each of the packages on the sticker and what they mean. If you don't feel like waiting for that, if you go to toyota.com and you go to the build and price tool, it'll take you to each package. Every single thing you get with each package. Once you go to it, hit more options and you will see the entire breakdown. It gets a little confusing, so that may be something you want to do even if you do watch my video just to get a little visual. First burp took under 2 minutes. Love it. Jay Moore says, watching from Central Florida. What is the temperature in Florida right now? Because it has been nice here up until now, and now all of a sudden it's like 35 degrees outside. I don't know what's going on. Monty says RCSB is put away for the winter, and that's why it looks so good, my friend. That is why it looks so good, because you take such good care of it. Danny says hi to everyone. Hello, Danny. How you doing? Andrew says Coke Zero over diet all day. It's the same thing, man. David says, I want that metallic brown limited. I saw the other day. Beautiful. Yes, smoked mesquite, man. That took my heart. Tomorrow's video is going to be on that truck. NX says, to get a front grill camera, do I have to get PVM, MTM? The front grill camera is going to be with PVM, I believe. PVM, yes, sir. And okay, and I don't want to confuse you anymore, but I want to be upfront. I was talking with somebody that was looking for a limited a couple months ago, and the truck didn't have PVM listed where it normally does in optional, but he still had it on the truck. So really all you need to do is if you see a Tundra you like, a limited in your case, go up to the front of it and you will see the little camera right under the Toyota logo. All right? That's your best bet to make sure, regardless if the sticker says it or not. But yes, it's in the PVM package. It's the multi-terrain and the PVM have gotten very confusing with trying to explain to people. I'm so sorry to confuse you even more, but like I said, make sure go your best bet, Toyota.com, build and price tool. That will be listed in there. You can even break down the PVM just to show you exactly what you're getting. Now in limited, you get the 14-inch screen automatically. So that's a good start because you need that for that camera anyway. Let's see. I'm lost. Ernest says, if I buy a 2022 Tundra, will the dealership be able to do the lift kits? Great channel. Thank you, Ernest. 2022 Tundra, yeah. You just have to order it yourself or through the dealership because remember, before 2024, it wasn't a factory option. The lift kit was for 2022 and 2023, and even now 2024, if you didn't get one with the lift, you could order it through the dealership and they will put it on. So they can do that, yes. Andrew says, anything better than driving a Tundra? I don't think so. No, I like the Tundra. I love driving it. And because I drive to these dealerships so freaking far away, I really enjoy the Tundra. Let me tell you, I got stuck going to that dealership the other day, Crestmont up in Pompton Plains. I got stuck in New York Giant, New York Jet traffic because they were playing each other, and that is fairly close to Giant Stadium. Middle of the night, I think I was on the road at like 5:36 in the morning, something like that. I hit traffic. Anytime you go by New York City, this is what you're going to deal with. But I hit traffic. There was an accident that covered like the entire road, and all I was seeing is Jets and Giants fans trying to get there to tailgate super early. That was fun. But yeah, so I really did learn that the seats are ultra comfortable in the Tundra because I was taking a ride that shouldn't have been so long. Very long ride. And it was raining. Why not? Sean says, I was planning on asking if you were going to do tow hooks on your truck. Stay tuned, my good man. Danny says, hey, Mark, do you think I need to install a transmission oil cooler on my 2020 Toyota Tundra? I know Toyota removed it back in the 2019 model. I don't tow much, thanks. I mean, if you don't tow a lot, I'd probably leave it as is. Toyota doesn't seem to think you need it. So if you got the truck that way, go for it. Now, there have been people that are big-time towers with their Tundra, and they went ahead and added that transmission cooler. So I mean, that would be the way. If you were towing or hauling an awful lot, that would be where you'd probably want to look into it. But without that, you're probably okay. And once again, Toyota took it out after the 2018 model year. They didn't just take it out for no reason. So should be good to go. But the big thing with that would be the towing. Jay Moore says 71 degrees in Florida. That's kind of chilly for you guys. You're probably in giant coats. Wiley E. Coyote says CarMax offered me $64.53 for my 85 Dodge Aries. Is that real? Is that real? Rue says any change Voodoo Blue, or any chance you're trying to say Voodoo Blue comes back in the future gens? Could happen. I mean, never say never because sometimes colors go away and come back. What we really want to come back is the quicksand. But yeah, Voodoo Blue, there's a shot. Or it'll be called something else. Electric Blue. But I wouldn't give up on that. Did you see the specs on the hybrid Tacoma for 2024? It should rip. Are you talking about, I didn't see the specs on it, but did you see that one, the pre-runner one? I don't know if it was, I don't know what, oh, the X-Runner from the SEMA show. It has like a Tundra engine in it. That thing's insane. The pilot, Tundra Dan, says, what's up? Liking the Friday evening live streams. As am I, as am I. Oh, and Diet Pepsi is the best. Thank you, Dan. This is why you're a great pilot, and this is why you've been around for so long, because you're a smart guy. Diet Pepsi beats Diet Coke every single day. Anyone here, there's 54 of you, how you doing? Feel free to let us know what you think. Diet Pepsi or Diet Coke. There will be many of you that say soda's terrible for you. Stick to water. And I totally agree with every one of you. But there's nothing like a nice Diet Pepsi when you're doing a live stream and you need to be alive, right? Ellen, what's going on? Another Alaska in the house. I like it. How are you and your son doing? Scott says, just bought the 2024 Tundra TRD Pro. Terra color. I freaking love it. And I'm jealous of you, sir. That color is insane. David says, now that you're doing this full time, are you getting offers to go to SEMA and other auto events. I've always gotten offers through the years, but yeah, I don't know. So here's the thing, and we'll hit this real quick. I'm not saying I'll never go to a lot of these things. I'm just saying that there's a lot of different Toyota channels out there that do a lot of different things and a lot of different automotive channels. What I like is the stuff that I do locally, like going to the dealerships and things like that and talking strictly Tundra. I'm going to the New York International Auto Show. I may be going to Philly. But as far as going to these insane shows that are far away, I don't know. It's a maybe. So that's a to be determined. Ernest says, maybe I'll see you in a Wawa this winter getting a Pepsi. Dude, Wawa's the best. And you'll probably see me getting a hoagie. When I moved to New Jersey, I had no idea what a hoagie was. Here's one for you before we move on to actual Tundra stuff. Where I grew up, they used to call a sub, everyone knows what a sub is, a wedge. So when I moved down to Jersey and said wedge, they looked at me like I had 6 heads. That's for you. NX says, why doesn't Toyota discount the 3-inch lift when bought with the TRD off-road, since both include duplicative, or the same parts, replacement suspension components? I don't know, but just know you cannot get the 3-inch lift without the TRD off-road package if you get it from the factory. So keep that in mind. So I don't know. They'd have to answer that one from you. When is the TD34 meetup, Team Coke Zero? If you guys want to do a meetup, I'll do a meetup. We just have to figure out a neutral spot, because as you can see, everyone here is from all over the place. So I'm not going to make you guys come to New Jersey. There's nothing to see here. We'd have to go somewhere fun, neutral ground for everyone. But if anyone wants to let us know, there's 55 of you. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here on a Friday night. You could be out doing something a lot more fun, but you're here with me. Where are you coming from tonight in the country? Toms River, New Jersey here. Go. And there's some from Canada. So where are you coming from in the world? Let's see. How is the seat trim holding up on your Tundra? Did they break yet? No, I have no seat trim problems at all. I keep checking. I'm bouncing on the seat. To be honest with you, I'm trying to put it under a lot of pressure. I'm being completely honest with you. Carl says, saw my first TRD Pro in the town of Cartersville, Georgia today. Black looked good. Also someone of the old school. Oh, it had some old school side steps. Hold on, let's try this again. Also saw one of the old school step side Tundras last week. Those are awesome. I'm a big fan of them. Probably would have not noticed, but you talked about them. Yeah. So all of a sudden you'll start seeing them around everywhere. They're weird, but I absolutely love them. Tundra NC says, hey, Mark, seems great. You need to go. Oh, SEMA's great. I need to go. Yes. It seems like everybody's having trouble writing SEMA. It keeps coming in SEAM. Yeah, I'd love to go to SEMA, to be honest with you. And not even for a Tundra channel situation, just because of an automotive enthusiast situation. Monty says grinder, so that's what he calls it where he's from, a sub. Really like that X-Runner truck. Wish they'd put the motor in the taco for something. Nikki says just have a good beer, better than all soda. Maybe. I don't know. I don't need a beer tonight. Kevin says, New Hampshire. How you doing, Kevin? New Hampshire in the house. Doc says, hello, just picked up a 2024 Tundra Limited TRD Off-Road, 4x4 in silver. Love the truck. All right, rock and roll, man. Please enjoy it. Have a great time. Limited, can't go wrong. TRD Off-Road, absolutely can't go wrong. And silver, probably the best exterior color. Can't see dirt, can't see scratches. Win, win, win. Ernest says, I'm from Norristown, Pennsylvania, and we have the Zepp sandwich. No idea. Ellen says, come on up to Palmer, Alaska. It's 37 degrees here. Yeah, we're close to that, man. We're in the high 40s right now, I think. Texas, home of the Tundra, says NX. I like it, sir. Because if you don't know, if you're on this channel, you don't know what you're looking at, Tundra is built in San Antonio, Texas. Chris says, if you're from the South, you generally prefer Coke. Just saying. Copy that. Sean says, let's all meet up at SEMA next year. Let's all go to Vegas and see if we make it to SEMA, because we're going to show up the night before and we're going to go out gambling. And we'll see who makes it to SEMA the next day. Nikki says, NH, you bud. What? Just have a good... Okay. Monty says 326, 465 torque hybrid taco. That's insane. Kevin says, I got the step side bed for sale. Install customized to fit new Tundra Tacoma. Anyone interested? Interesting. I can't believe you go through all of these. That's so cool, man. Good touch. That's what I do. Now, since I'm all caught up, even though they're still coming in, let's get to some topics of the night. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, potentially 5 topics to talk about. I will do one topic at a time, and then I will go through the comments, and we will do it like that. And that's how I'll potentially keep up with all of you out there. Before we start the topics, one more time, since all of you are here now, let's raise whatever you have in your hands. Do it for the troops and the emergency services of the United States and Canada. Thank you for all you do, protecting us, keeping us safe every day. God bless all of you, and God bless the United States of America. Ooh, the Pepsi's hitting good tonight, ladies and gentlemen. All right, topics. You ready? Mic's working. We're good. So, first thing I want to mention, this is now month 3. November 1st was the 3rd month I've been doing this full time. I went into this extremely scared of doing it full time because you never know, right? But I want to say thank you so much for the support. The last 3 months have been awesome. The channel's doing great. You guys are watching the videos. You're coming to the live streams. We're doing the dealership walk live streams in the morning after the actual walk videos are made. You guys are engaging in the videos. You're here. You're hanging out, and I appreciate it. So I wanted to start the video tonight by saying thank you for your support. You have literally made doing this full time possible. I didn't know how it would be. I'm a grinder. I have work ethic from the old man, but I came into this out of a job from 21 years I've done, but my real job that I just left. And I decided to leave it because I wanted to, after 7+ years, do this full time and give it a whirl. And so far, it's working out real good. And after 3 months, I'm seeing some great results. Through the 3 months, it is still insanely stressful because it's not like punching a clock every day. And no matter how you do at work, you're getting paid. You have to keep going with this. And I'm starting to find my groove in doing that. My life in general is 10 times better because I'm not working overnight anymore. I get to go places with the wife. I get to go to family events I haven't been to in years. I started working out 6 days a week, different muscle group and cardio every single day. I'm starting to live again. I'm starting to be able to have a conversation again. I went back and looked at a couple videos not long ago. I have a TikTok now, so I was using some of my old shorts, and I could see I filmed the short after I got out of work at 6 in the morning, and I sound like this. And in some of the live streams, I looked very tired. Now I can think again. I can breathe again. And it's all because of you. So it's a sincere thank you. I suck at self-promotion. I suck at promotion in general. So I'm not one of those people that goes on, any chance I get and says, please do this, do that, donate here, subscribe there. I just do this for the love of the game. I love the Tundra. It's why I made the channel. I love talking to you guys. That's the best part of the channel. So to be able to do that as a living now, it's like a dream come true. So that is my long thank you to each and every one of you. Absolutely sincere from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for talking Tundra. Whether you love it or hate it, it's still fun to debate. So thank you, thank you. So that is my beginning topic. I wanted to give you guys, just give you some love for doing what you do and supporting the channel. So that's very nice of you. Number 2, excuse me. Dan says, do I have any press vehicles coming my way? I do. November 13th, actually. So we'll get into that down the way a little bit. Actually, no, I won't do comments yet. I'll do one more here. Keep commenting away if you have any questions about what I'm about to really talk about now. So what I'm going to do in these live streams from now on is I'm going to kind of recap my week, things that went right and wrong through the week, some good topics. This has been an amazing week, to be completely honest with you, starting with the dealership walk, but we're going to skip that. We're going to make that number 2 here. The TRD performance package was announced on October 31st. On Halloween, they announced that at SEMA. And what that's going to be is it's going to be a 32 horsepower gain setup for the Toyota Tundra. At first, it's going to come from the factory on 2024 Tundras after the new year. It'll be early 2024. You can't get it if you already own a Tundra. This is a package that will be on Tundras. It adds 32 horsepower. It gives you new cold air intakes that are larger to bring in more air. It gives you a tune, of course, and it gives you a TRD catback exhaust system. All right. Now, once again, that'll be an addition of 32 horsepower that will come in around 2,000 RPMs. So they changed the power band a little bit. People have been asking, why isn't this available for us to get after the fact if we already bought a Tundra. In the press release, it did say at the bottom, they are looking at bringing it to the owners that already have Tundras, meaning you could go to your parts department and just buy this package for your Tundra. But right now, at the beginning, because this was just announced the other day, it will only be coming on Tundras from the factory after the new year. It won't be on all Tundras. This will be a special kind of, every once in a while you'll see them. I thought we wouldn't see a lot of 3-inch lift Tundras from the factory. There's at least 1 or 2 per dealership. So it'll probably be something like that. The cost of this TRD performance package will be $3,400 additionally from what's on there. Is it going to be tucked into a package where you have to spend 14 grand just to get it? I don't know. They didn't say anything like that. Just said $3,400 add-on package on Tundras after the new year, early 2024. And it's factory only install right now, but they're looking to do something with more Toyota vehicles, not just the Tundra with this performance package, and to make it available for those that already own Tundras. All right. So let's hear what you guys have to say about that before we move on to other topics. I don't want to go so fast. We're only 22 minutes into this. All right. Lord says hi. Lord, how you doing? Elko, Nevada, where it's brutally cold in the winter and scorching hot in the summer. And we're all about the cowboys and gold mines. It sounds like you were writing a song there. I like it. Bubba, what's going on? I go to Vegas every year anyway, says Sean. I like it. Odin blessed all, says Kevin. Amen. God bless America, says Sean. Carl says, hit the thumbs up and give the support. I like the way Carl thinks. I appreciate that. Nikki says, been here from the beginning. I miss most live stream, but I'm still here. Thanks, man, for hanging in there. Hey, I enjoy it, man. It's a labor of love, and now it's truly a labor of love. When I was doing the channel with the job and everything, overnight is the worst. There are some of you on here I know that work overnight, so you know this. But doing anything when you do overnight is just so tough because your entire life is a headache. Your entire life is tired. And your entire life you don't want to do anything. So it's just nice to be alive, It's good to be able to have hobbies again and stuff like that. Ellen says, my first car was stepside Chevy pickup truck. I like it. I love Toyota pickups back then. It was in the 80s. Okay. Dan says, okay, so he asked if I had any new press vehicles coming my way. Those are the vehicles that Toyota loans me for a week at a time. Hopefully Toyota sends you a 1794 limited edition. I'm in love with that truck. I don't think it'll be hard to convince my wife that I need one. Yeah, right. They won't be sending a 1794 limited edition. There's only going to be 1,500 of them made. So they probably won't send something that's that rare because people won't really be able to get them. So there's not much to review on that truck. I'm not going to tell you what I'm getting the 13th, but I'm getting a nice one. One that let's see how long you guys have been around here. If you listen when I talk, you can guess this. The Tundra I'm getting on the 13th for a week is, at first, I was not a huge fan of this trim, but now I very much like it for what it is. What trim might that be? Andrew says, I like the idea of the performance package, but $3,400 is steep. Copy that. I was trying to think of this the other day, what the $3,400 is. And with the 2 cold air intakes they're going to give you, and let's just play this. So the old TRD intake for the last generation Tundra was about $500, right? So you're getting 2. So that covers $1,000, we'll say. The exhaust is going to be like $1,500. So we're at $2,500. Then the tune and the installation, I guess, makes up the other $900. I don't know. I'm just trying to I was literally laying in bed the other night thinking about this of how they came out with that kind of money, but that's not my department. Ellen says, I wish you could visit TMMT. I can do that, and I will be doing that. Yes. Acceleration Rise says, how about a V8 Tacoma? V8s are going, the wrong direction. We want V8 everything, but V8s are just gone. They're going away. It's starting with other manufacturers now, too. You got to call the government and be like, you got to stop with all this stuff that's killing off all the good engines and motors. And the MPG needs out there are insane. No more fun. In 50 years, we're going to be like, hey, remember back in the day when cars were fun? Guaranteed. Kevin says the V8 Tacoma is the 2000 to 2006 Tundra. Pretty much. I agree with that. Nikki says, what's going on with the Taco V8? What? No. There's no Taco V8. He was just saying he wants it. Ryan says Capstone, and Ryan is correct. Capstone will be coming the 13th, and I'm very excited. I haven't been in a Capstone. I don't remember when I did a review on the last one. It was late, maybe like September 2022. So I'd like to get back into Capstone, rip it around a little bit. One of the videos, and this is why live streams are fun, because this is when I'm going to tell you things that I don't normally tell in the regular videos. One video I'm going to do, I'm going to take the Capstone and I'm going to go on a 175-mile ride like I do with all of the Tundras I own with the iForce Max and get a pump-to-pump calculation going up into the mountains. I have yet to do that with an iForce Max. So that will be one of the many videos I do that week. Ben says Capstone. He knows. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were talking about the new Tundra with the V8. No, sir. Travis says limited TRD off-road. No, sir. It is the Capstone. Let's see. Again, Andrew says Def getting a Capstone again. They only have like 2 vehicles per region, 2 Tundras per region every year. So last year it was Pro and Limited. I think this year it's Pro and Capstone. So Ben says, wish they would give you an SR, not enough reviews on it. Dude, I have not seen more than one SR in the new generation in person. I saw a used one in Scranton, Pennsylvania, but I have not seen one new on the lot. And I'm always looking. Blows my mind. You know, in the last generation, you wouldn't see a lot of SRs, but you'd see an SR or two per dealer. Hopefully, now that the inventory is kicked back up, we start seeing that, but I don't know. Josh says V8s aren't going to happen, but I heard Toyota is against going fully electric. That is not feasible. I think all the automotive manufacturers, like the upper brass, have all come to the agreement that we're not where we need to be for full electric right now. And they're just trying to push that way too hard, way too quick. Uh, and I don't know. I don't know. Everything happens so fast. Like, obviously, we knew V8s would go away one day. I just didn't believe it would be now and immediately. I thought it would be like an overtime. One thing I said in my last live stream last Friday was I wish Toyota would have brought over the V8 to the new generation Tundra for a couple of years, just to kind of 2-3 model years, just to kind of bring their crowd into the new generation. Because from what I understand in doing this channel and talking to so many different people, owners, wannabe owners, soon-to-be owners, all of that, is they don't like change. And the ground-up remodel of the Tundra going from V8 to V6 was a gigantic change. So a third option as a V8 for a couple years would have been nice. I know that there's a lot of stuff that we don't understand and we don't see behind the scenes. There's a lot of government pushing for these things that they want with cars and trucks and vehicles all the way around for, hitting these MPG numbers that are nearly impossible. And how are they going to do it? Mandates and stuff like that. So, that is where all these automotive industries are going. Automotive industries, the automotive manufacturers, they want to make money. All right. And if they were able to make money the way that they thought they could, V8s would still be a thing, because everybody knows there's a lot of V8 lovers out there. I mean, I like to use this as an example because I think this kind of tells where everything's going, right? So you're going to see a TRX that's not going to have a V8 anymore. TRX, all right? You're already seeing the Dodge muscle cars go electric. No more V8. So that should make you really see what's coming down the pike. Not the Toyota Tundra, right? The Toyota Tundra is something that's been a V8, but when you think of half-ton pickup trucks and you're someone who doesn't do automotive, you're going to think Ford F-150. They started the EcoBoost thing years ago, around 2012. Soon they won't have a V8. It's just we're in that direction where everybody is just moving that way. Did I see that movement coming? Yes. Did I see it coming so soon? No. And it's been very abrupt, where everybody's just like, okay, we're going full electric, and all of a sudden you're seeing all these electric cars everywhere, even though the infrastructure is not there to support it. So what are you going to do, right? Do we miss the 5.7 V8? Oh, yeah. Would we have loved to seen it stick around? Absolutely. Would it have been smart business-wise to keep it, like I just said, for maybe a few model years, to bring those folks that aren't too sure about forced induction and small displacement? Would it have been good for business? Absolutely. They obviously didn't keep it for a reason. Okay. Back at it. See what happens, I have these Pepsis, right? And my caffeine goes from no caffeine to completely focused, and I don't shut up. So that's my bad. Sorry, I just talk. Any chance of you getting a new Land Cruiser press vehicle? When they come out, I'll try. Yeah, there is definitely a chance of that. I did have a Land Cruiser press vehicle, might have been back in 2018-ish. Go check that out. I mean, that's not the same truck at all, but I did have one then. Monty says, but they pump in a V8 sound that's cheesy. Only in the high trims. I don't have that. Mine is just quiet as can be. All you can hear, I have the TRD air filters in mine, and the only thing that did was you could really hear the turbo spool, and I think that's cool. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, let me hear what's in there, right? Kevin says, Andrew says, if you had to choose, would you go with a bare bone SR or a capstone loaded out? Probably won't believe me, but a bare bone SR. Bare bone SR. Simply stated because I just don't like, personally, I don't like the ultra luxury trucks like the Denali. I don't dislike the capstone, but I don't need 22-inch chrome wheels. And the SR looks kind of cool to me. I like the kind of plain look of the low-end SR5 and the SR. Tried to cover the mic for you on that burp. So yeah, I would go SR with that. Sure. And think of the money I would save. Because an SR is probably around $43,000 and a capstone's about $85,000. So you're talking big money there. Kevin says, do you help with getting previous possible recall problems solved? My 05 Tundra has a broken rear leaf spring and front brake modulator valve problems. That should be a recall issue. Any help? What do you mean, do I help with any of them? Explain that. Help me, help you. Joe says, I have an old 5.7 that's 16 years old and the new TRD Pro. I still haven't sold the old one. Don't trust the new one yet. The fact that Joe has went to the new generation is a huge win because Joe was a no fan of the new generation. But baby steps, Joe. You will love it. Patrick says, I have a 23 Platinum. I've wanted the TRD Off-Road Platinum forever, but no power running steps. I get it, off-road, but 1794 limited edition looks like an off-road, just saying. There's something with that when they write these rules down before these trucks come out, and that's the way it is. I mean, you could always go aftermarket on the power steps. There are brands out there. But yeah, if it has the TRD off-road, it takes away the power steps. Crazy. Carl says, capstone, no white interior, 99.99% of truck owners do not wear suit and tie to keep that white interior clean. Very true. Sean says, does it seem like they have fixed the trim quality issues plus window vibration from 22 and 23 that I saw a lot about online for 2024? I don't have any problems with my interior. I never had the wind noise issue. And now I have the SR5. So I came from the TRD Pro, which was a lot of soft touch. Didn't have any issues there, 2022. And this 2023 SR5 now is all plastic. I don't have any creaks. I don't have any rattles. I don't have any window noise. I got nothing. So I scored. And that was a 2023 that I bought in April. And that was built in February 2023. So I'm hoping the problems are over. Will there still be a problem here or there that there will be a huge amount of volume behind it because of social media? Probably. But will it be 70,000 Tundras with the problem? I don't think we're going to see that anymore. Quality control is something that I feel has changed after COVID, plus a new generation. That is not good steps to good QC, right? But as the truck isn't brand new anymore, and we get a couple model years in, like we're seeing now, the truck will get better and better. Just remember, this happened in 07. There were a lot of gripes about the 5.7 engine in the beginning. There was stuff like that along the way. Anytime there's a new generation, it just is what it is. Toyota came out with the new generation Tundra at a very weird time in our history. So will it take a couple extra years to get things right? Maybe. But every time something comes up that something is wrong on a kind of like a collective issue where a lot of people are having it, they work hard to try to fix it. So let's see. We'll see what happens. All right, where am I? Andrew says, how is the Chrome Delete going? Still waiting, but I do have parts coming to me. They will be here next year. You will see videos. I got a new little deal going on, so I'm pretty happy about that too. Won't be announcing that yet though. Doc says no window rattles on my 24 so far. Fred says I have no wind noise or vibrations in my 23 Platinum. Yeah, I haven't had any. Like some people were saying, I've read online so much. I don't spend a lot of time on the forums just because sometimes, I like to go on there and just see what people are dealing with. But like they had to make a forum that is called I don't know the exact name, but it's like 2024 or 2022 and up Tundra owners that love the truck. Like the fact that they had to name a forum that to keep the negative out is so crazy. But sometimes people go on there and they just don't like the truck. They just don't like it. There are folks that like it and don't like it. But there are people who've never driven Tundras, the new generation, and just bash it left and right. There's people who just aren't happy with it. And for some reason, those are the ones that always pop up at the top of those lists. So a lot of times when I'm on those, if I see a few of them, I'm just like, okay, it's one of those nights where nobody's happy. I'll try again tomorrow. I like to find the things where people said, hey, I just bought my first Tundra. I'm in love with this truck. Check it out. What do you think? I think your Platinum is beautiful. Congratulations. Welcome to the team. That's the kind of stuff I look for. Fred's, okay, no, I already read Fred. Chris says Toyota dealers will kill the brand. Their markups have removed Toyota from the list of options. Now, I'm going to say this because I say this to everyone. I totally agree with you on market adjustments and dealer markups. I am not a fan. I'm in New Jersey where that is something that happens all the time. But if you open up your radius of search, you will see there are many Toyota dealers out there that will give you a massive deal. I'm talking $4, $5, $6, $7,000 off MSRP. Just open up your search radius. They will ship you a vehicle. You can fly out and pick the vehicle up and drive it home. This is a common thing people are doing now. Unless you're just done with the Tundra and you're sour taste in your mouth and you want nothing to do with it, copy that. But if you open up your search radius, I'm telling you, there are many dealerships out there that are giving big deals on not just 2023 leftovers, 2024s as well, including TRD Pro. Go to places like Auto Trader. You'll see them all over the place. I get messages every day from people that are, happy with the Auto Trader videos because they've gone and done it themselves. So there are deals out there. No one marks up as much as Toyota, not even close. Okay. I disagree where I'm at least. When the markups are happening here, they're happening with all brands and they're all the same idea. But I've given you the keys to not paying markups. I hope you take them and do what you will with them. And if you don't end up in a Tundra, I hope whatever truck you end up in, you love. Because they're not cheap. That's the first thing. Let's see. I don't know where I am. Okay, NX says, how's the heads-up display? I can't find a video or anything about it. I will make a video when I have the capstone, but it's great. It's not intrusive. It's just, it's like you're in an F-16. No big deal, but it is cool. It is definitely cool. Dan says, I drove the capstone and really like it. Just can't do the white interior. Hoping to get a new gen this next year and keep my 07. Got to keep the 07. Definitely want an iForce Max. There you go. I've been on Toyota Cat sites, and it seems to be an issue in many models. Toyota Cat sites. Okay. Why don't you do this, Kevin, just because it's easier than a live stream? Email me, tundradude34@gmail.com, exactly what you're going through, and I'll see what I can find out. It's the best I could do. It's easier than, with all the comments coming in and stuff, trying to figure it out now. Carl says, have the HUD in my 23 1794. Love it. 3 loves, baby. Acceleration rules, not paying $50,000 plus for a V6. That's diesel money. I am sorry to report this to you that is just the pricing of today. And go look at I made a video like 2 weeks ago where I walked the big 3 lots. All of the pricing is comparable. So I hear you. The pricing is insane, but it's everyone. Andrew says, anyone else just stare at their truck all the time? No, just me. I'll tell you what I do stare at all the time. The pictures of that Smoke Mesquite Limited TRD off-road I saw the other day. Stare at those pictures a lot. What do they always say? If you don't stare at your truck, you bought the wrong one. Alan says, I wish that the new generation Tundra offered the limited Smoke Mesquite with the lighter, bolder interior. That'd be nice. I have the Harvest beige in mine. It goes best with my big yellow dog. Well, you could always put a different interior in it. You could get seat covers or something. All right, now, since I'm all caught up on comments for now, we're going to toast the military and emergency services one more time. We love you. Thank you for keeping us safe every day. Every time we pick up the drink, you got to do that. Remember, without their safety, we don't get to do fun things like this. But we will go to the next topic on my list here. I have 2 more topics to go through, so here we go. Let's talk about yesterday's video. October sales numbers have come out, and the Tundra sold 10,330 units for the month of October. Now, that is not number 1 for 2023 by any means. In fact, it's number 7 out of 10 in the months if you're rating from most sold month to least. 7 out of 10, nothing really to talk about there until you dig a little deeper. This is the best October sales month, the best October since 2007. All right. So if you look at all the Octobers, all-time Tundra sales, this is the best one since 07. Now, if you know the Tundra well, if you've been around the channel for a while, you will know that 2007 is the best-selling Tundra year of all time. Over 196,000 Tundra sold that year. So to have the best October since 2007 makes the Tundra looks like it's going in the right direction. And that is what the title of the video, The Future So Bright, comes from, because it looks like we might be seeing big numbers for the Tundra. Excuse me. Now, year to date, okay, the Tundra is at 103,000, 10,000. Well, I should say if it sells 10,000 in November and 10,000 in December, that will make this year, 2023, 5th on the all-time list of Tundra sales. All right. If it sells 11,000 the next 2 months, meaning 22,000 total, it will go up to 4th all time. So we're starting to see the Tundra make some moves. They are selling. So this is good to be in the top 5. And it was kind of a weird start because the inventory wasn't really bumped up. Inventory is 100% back. I can't wait to see what it does next year. And we're starting to see deals again on these trucks. As I was just saying, we're starting to see the dealerships sell them under MSRP again. So that'll just increase sales. All we need now, and we bring this up every once in a while, and I will continue to, we need incentives to come back to match these deals. And we need these interest rates to get down a little bit. And then we have a shot at beating out 2007. So right now, 103,018 units sold for 2023. It is on pace to be 4th or 5th all time for Tundra sales. 10,330 units sold for October 2023. The best October for Tundra sales since 2007. What do you guys got to say about that? Go. Joe, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Darcy says, hi, Mark. It's been a while. My apologies, as I haven't recovered from my recent back surgery. I hope you're feeling better, and I thank you for stopping in saying what's up. Andrew says, Mark, what's your fave TRD Pro grill between all the gens? It's going to be the one behind me right now. I don't know how good your view is for mine, but the 15 to 17 grill is my favorite, for sure. And quicksand is one of my favorite colors as well. So that is why that is actually hanging on the wall. 2 of my favorites. So, yeah, can't go wrong. But real quick, because we're a little more than midway through, I just want to thank everyone for being here again. We're nowhere near done. We got more things to talk about. Couple plugs real quick. If you like all this Toyota stuff that I wear all the time, TRD shirt, Toyota hat, I wear it all the time. You got to check out the website Toyota Outfitters. That is the official merchandise website of Toyota, TRD, and Toyota Racing. If you use promo code TundraDude, all capitals, one word, 25% off site-wide. That's big. 25% off site-wide is big. So go check them out. It's not just clothes. They have tailgating gear, golf gear. They have all of the merchandise that you can buy. Clocks, stuff to put on your desk at work. It's all there. Toyota Outfitters. Tundra Dude, all caps, one word. Not 34, just Tundra Dude. And all capitals. Saves you 25% site-wide. Go get them. Also, Sparks Parts. For your needs when it comes to parts for any of your Toyota, go to sparksparts.com. Use promo code TundraDude34 to save 5%. And there we are. If you're new to the channel, welcome aboard. I hope you'll hit the subscribe button and the like button to help push this thing to the masses so we can get all of the Tundra owners here to TundraDude34 to come on these live streams with us, take these walks with us through the dealerships, and just enjoy your Tundra. So I thank you guys. That is the quick little plug I had to give there. Fred says, great news for Tundras in our local dealer. What do you got? Tell me. Sean says, can you get the new TRD Pro grill with light bar aftermarket and put it on another trim? Yes. The light bar itself, I think, is a pain to get from Toyota, but there are aftermarket options already. And people have done that setup already. So that grill, what I just said, sparksparts.com, that grill is actually on there for the new gen. Let's see. Mr. Catfish says, question, what is faster, Supercharged 5.7 or iForce Max? I'm going to say the iForce Max. A lot smoother, different feel, both extremely fast. But for me, I don't know, like the iForce Max feels like more of a linear, just 0 to go. Throws you back in your seat. It's pretty intense. The Supercharged 5.7 always made the traction control come on, and when you turn the traction control off, you had to slowly get into it to get going. But the thing is loud and powerful and fun. If you're looking for a more entertaining launch, it's definitely the Supercharger because the thing's whining, the dual exhaust is going crazy, the truck. I like leaving the traction control on to see the light pop on 600 times, but the iForce Max definitely felt like it was a little bit quicker, for sure. I don't know on paper if they're neck and neck with each other. I'm just going off of feel, but they're both extremely fast. Even the regular Tundra, the non-iForce Max, is definitely not something to shake a stick at. Like the thing gets up and goes pretty good. But the entertainment factor, Supercharged Tundra, for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like I know people, they're like, oh, it's just sound. What does it matter? But for all these years, you've been driving a truck one way. And that way, with a V8, has always been with some kind of a good exhaust system and a supercharger that makes a lot of noise. So you throw me into this new thing and you expect me not to complain about no noise? Because it's so different. I don't care what anyone says. I'm sticking by that. All right, now I'm lost again. Do they ship to Canada? I'm not sure. I don't see why they wouldn't. Check that out. NX says performance package is overpriced versus iForce Max when considering the difference in horsepower and torque. The performance package is available for iForce Max as well. And one thing I will say to people, it's only 32 horsepower, but I just want the intakes and the exhaust. I don't care about the 32 horsepower. Like the engines are fast enough. Blood from a stone at this point. The iForce Max is a very fast engine. It's a very fast truck, a very fast setup. And so is the regular iForce. Is 32 horsepower going to make that big of a difference? Maybe if the power comes in a little earlier in the RPM band, but I just want the intakes and the exhaust, to be honest with you. You can keep the 32 horsepower. Bill, how you doing, buddy? Mark says, do you think Toyota has solved the wind noise for driver and passenger window? I haven't heard that complaint in a long time. I've personally never had the problem, so let's hope so. Will there be one or two down the road that have it? Probably. But as far as like a collective issue, sounds like it's something I don't hear about a lot anymore, so hopefully it's done. Andrew says to Sean, sure can, just a pain with the grill. I'm sure it's a pain with the recalibration and everything with the little camera in front and stuff, but hey, where there's a will, there's a way. Gaming, what's up, buddy? Can you put the link for voting in chat or in description? I want to help get CDs back. I don't think CDs are ever coming back, but we love them and miss them very much. Sean says, sweet, okay. Andrew says the iForce Max is quick. There you go. Drill says, I know they could have done a better job with the interior lights. There is not a lot of lighting in the interior. I agree with Gerald on that one 100%. It's dark in there, man. It's just dark. Carl says, if you want the hybrid to really take off, select Sport Plus mode. Wow. Sport Plus is only available in the upper trims of Tundra. Keep that in mind. If you're down in like TRD Pro, Limited, SR5, all we get is Eco, Normal, and Sport. Now I'm jealous. Ryan says, dropping in late, just got done mowing the yard. Cheers, Mark. Ryan, how you doing, buddy? How'd the mow go? I'm mowing my leaves every single day because I hate raking. Dan says, are you aware anyone successfully swapping the towing mirrors with the regular mirrors with cameras on the 23 Tundra? My Canadian Platinum has towing mirrors, but I find them too large and block the view. I'm sure, I will tell you this, I've heard this a few times. Excuse me. I'm sure it can be done. Might want to be something you take in to the dealership to have done, because apparently it's not a plug and play setup kind of switch. So it's going to cost some money, and you're going to want the people that should be doing it to do it rather than a random shop. That is just my opinion. But, again, where there's a will, there's a way, but there's going to be some money in that one. Fred says, what's going on with the fuel filler neck recall? I got a note in the mail the other day. I forget what it said. They're about to be in the position where they could temporarily fix it until there's a full fix. But I think the full fix, I don't remember when it was supposed to be available. They moved the date a couple times. I guess they're having trouble figuring it out, what to do or how to get it in stock. But they're still working on it day in, day out. That I know. Let's see. Grass is still growing here in Texas. Yes, you probably don't. Well, no, you're lucky because you have warmer temperatures. Sport Plus tow haul is a fun time if your tires can handle it, says Andrew. Cfon says Platinum has extra mood lighting, but doesn't add extra brightness. Exactly right. AJ says, do you think they will ever build in recovery hooks for off-roading again and have a front locking diff with auto four-wheel drive, at least on TRD Pro? I hope tow hooks come eventually. I mean, there are some aftermarket options out there, but I hope from the factory somehow, some way, it's a truck. I'll never give up on this. It needs to have tow hooks. As far as the setup you're asking for, I don't know, but I would love that. Locking rear diff finally came. I'm still thrilled about that. But some of the other stuff you're asking about, auto four-wheel drive, people ask about all the time. Hopefully down the road that does happen. Walter says, finally getting to see a live chat live. Although it's a little late, I've been planting trees all day. Happy Halloween. Walter, you're the man. I love you. You can be late all you want. You're automatic. It's cool. Walter's one of my neighbors. 2019 Platinum. Beautiful truck. And he is a great ambassador of the channel because he's always telling people about it. I love you, Walt. Dan says, I heard what the camera calibration does not work and renders the 360 view unusable, which I love to keep. I heard see that? I don't know. You might just want to keep those tow mirrors. Again, what I would do is this, just for peace of mind. Call your parts director, like the director, not just the random parts guy, and see what he thinks about this, if it's possible. Bring in the service manager. Just see what's up. Because again, like I said, it's not going to be cheap. Just see what they say, just so you could have peace of mind on it. If they say, look, man, this is going to be insane and it might not work and ABC won't work anymore, maybe just leave it alone. But if it's possible, boom. Or they might be like, why don't we just trade trucks? And then you got to make a deal. Andrew says, can we start an RCSB fund? Yo, I would love if you guys would start an RCSB fund. I don't ask for much. I ask you guys to watch the videos. And yes, you can definitely start an RCSB fund. There is one close to me. I really want it, but I can't spend money like that when I'm trying to support what I'm sitting in right now with this. So I have to be smart. Vic says Toyota Tundra needs front tow hooks and a redesigned rear bumper like GM's for easier access to the bed. Definitely the tow hooks. I don't think we're going to see a GM bumper. But the kick step isn't terrible. It's better than nothing. Cfon says, is there a speed calibration device available yet? I don't think so. None that I've seen. I'd have to look around to see if some of the hand tuners have anything like that in it. Glacier says, nice gain with the new package next year. 350 kilowatt is awesome factory tuning. All right. George says, my 2022 fuel gauge resets itself to full when it hits half tank. Have they fixed this issue on the new Tundras? I'm on a lease. Somebody else, I can't remember who a few months ago, had that same issue. It kept resetting to full. And he ended up having to swap out his Tundra. So I'm not sure. I haven't heard of a fix for that yet. You're the second person I've heard this problem from. Dan says, not going to happen. I love my Platinum. But definitely call them and see what they say. Go in and talk to them. Don't even call them. Go in there. Sit with them. Everybody has a coffee. Done. Ellen says, last December, we got 4 feet of snow in 4 days. My good old Tundra plowed through it and got me to work without any problems. I love it. It's always good to hear stories like that. One of my favorite things about the new gen is the transmission. Absolutely butter smooth. I've test driven a few and love how smooth it shifts compared to the 6-speed behind the 5.7. Agree. Maybe he has a friendly neighbor that keeps refilling his tank for him. That's true, Vic. Could very well be. Last thing I want to talk about as far as topics, because you guys are very chatty tonight, and I like when you guys are like that. I like when we can come on a live stream and there's not much planning to do. You just talk and have a good time. All right. I did the dealer walk. last Sunday. You guys seem to love that dealer walk. We saw some amazing Tundras on there. Crestmont Toyota, where I went, is a lot smaller of a dealership than some of these gigantic ones that we go to. It didn't even have like that modern face that all of the Toyota dealerships have. It was a tiny dealership. And of all the dealerships we go to, it was one of the best dealer walks I think I've ever done. There were 9 brand new Tundras there, but they were all different trims. There was a 23 and a 24 limited next to each other that I was able to do comparisons. Please go watch the video if you haven't. There was an SR5 and an SR5 SX that I was able to do a comparison. There was a limited Nightshade that you guys can't stop talking about. It's a Crewmax with a 6.5 foot bed, windshield pearl Nightshade. Everyone's in love with it. I've had people hit me up, be like, what's the name of the dealership? I need to go get that right now. There was the Terra TRD Pro, which I got to be honest, that might be my favorite TRD Pro color of the new generation. That color is sweet in person. It looks completely different than what you see online. It all depends on the shade, the light, clouds, but that color's to die for. But it wasn't my favorite Tundra we saw. There were 2 Tundras there that I absolutely loved. There was a Smoke Mesquite 2024 Limited TRD Off-Road. Why does that matter? We see Smoke Mesquites all the time now. But because it's the 2024 TRD Off-Road Limited, everything was body color. I'm in love with it. Tomorrow's video is about that truck. I got a story with it. And then the other great truck we saw was the 2007 to 2009 double cab limited TRD off-road with the 4.7 V8. I'm obsessed with that truck. That was like probably my dream Tundra longer than any other Tundra. And to see it there in the slate metallic color, exactly how it was set up is exactly how I would want it. But then when I walked up to it, I saw it had a long service life. It looked like it's been through quite a bit, but it's still kicking because it was traded in. So we had a really nice dealer walk. A lot of you guys seem to like it. I'm going to another dealership that is more than 2 hours away from me this Sunday. So I hope you'll watch that one. And the one I'm going to seems to have a nice amount of Tundras, nice variety of Tundras again. A couple I really want you guys to see. I don't want to ruin it now, though. But yeah, you guys really, really like that walk, and I appreciate you guys watching it. Man, there were 1794s. We had the iForce Max 1794 with the TRD off-road package. We had the regular iForce Blueprint with the saddle brown interior. Man, it was just a really nice lineup of Tundras, and it was only 9 of them. We've gone to places and seen 15 to 20, but this was just an absolutely unicorn situation of a lineup. Loved it. And I sat forever in New York Giant, New York Jet traffic to get to that dealership. And when I pulled in and saw it was a little dealership, I was like, all right, we'll do what we can here. But you know what? Win, baby, win. And that's why I'm going to all dealerships. I don't care what size they are. If they have a little bit of an inventory, I'm headed that way. And the reason I picked that dealership was because it had a TRD Pro, a Terra TRD Pro, and I haven't been able to see that yet. So that was the whole point. That was the reason I went there. But when I got there and saw all those other Tundras, I forgot, oh yeah, we're here for the Terra. It was amazing. It was amazing. All right, back at it. Gaming says, my mom gets the springs replaced on her 2023 Tundra in 2010 or something, so the truck is much smoother. I bet. Then stock? Yeah, absolutely. Ben says, do you think eventually Toyota will drop the regular iForce and bring iForce Max across all trims? I hope not. I hope not. I'm fine with the option of iForce Max, but I don't think that will happen. Give people the option. Don't make people any more mad than they already are. Add, don't subtract. How about that? Dan says, awesome video. Love to see side-by-side comparisons. Yeah, man. They set that up real nice, especially for me. The number one comparison that day was the 23 Limited and the 24 because people contact me. Today, people have contacted me every single day. What's the difference I'm hearing between the 23 and 24 TRD Pro or TRD Off-Road? And that's the difference. Everything's body color now when you go TRD Off-Road Unlimited. Also, I don't know why people keep saying this. Nightshade does not come with TRD Off-Road. Nightshade is a standalone package, cannot be added with TRD. Please know that. Thank you. I get that one a lot. Drill says, I didn't like Android Auto at first. I love it on the Tundra now. I can help you. Get Apple. Get Apple, dude. Come on to the dark side. Let's go. iPhones, a lot better. Just my opinion. CarPlay wins, man. Darcy says, hi, Mark. I keep hearing conflicting info regarding retrofitting genuine power folding mirrors and mirror switch to a 2021 SR5. Do you know if it's possible? Much appreciated. And that's, again, it's kind of the same idea for the new gen Tundra. It's not a plug and play situation. I remember asking, I don't remember who I asked about that back when, I think it was before the new generation. And they were saying it can be done. You can swap to tow mirrors, but it would be a giant pain in the butt. And you would need someone who definitely knows what they're doing with it because, again, it's not plug and play and it would be very expensive. So that was the answer. Not word for word of what they gave me because it was years ago, but I hope that helps, buddy. I hope that helps. Sifon says, unfortunately, not everyone wants a hybrid yet. Exactly. Gaming says, hey, Tundra dude, do you want to know what we do when people tailgate or ride our tailpipe? We slow down to the speed limit. 65 and 70 isn't fast enough for them in the carpool lane. I mean, what you got to do is, I don't worry about the people behind me. If they're all over me, there's other lanes to go around me. Too much weird stuff with road rage today to be dealing with any of that. Raul, how you doing, buddy? 2 hours? Are you taking your wife? No. Sunday, okay. In the new me, in the full-time Tundra channel thing, Sunday's like my main day. I wake up before the sun comes up. I fill up the giant Yeti with coffee, and I drive to whatever dealership I'm going to. Last week was like 2 hours. This week's more than 2 hours. I film the live stream. I film the video. I come home. I post the live stream part of it. The video's the next day. But Sunday from, I'd say, about 4:45 to 5 a.m. till about noon is when I do a lot of work off property and at a dealership. And that's my favorite video of the week, so I spend a lot of time doing it. So that is my main day. I also like these Friday live streams. There's a lot of you on here. 58 of you and 58 likes. I like that a lot. So Friday might be our new day. The only time I can't do Friday is when the wife's like, yo, we got to go out. We got to go do something. I want to go out tonight. And then I'll be like, okay, we'll do a live stream another day. But most of the time, this is going to be the live stream day. And that's why, my friends, it is so important to make sure you are hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell. And click the notification bell and go down and click all notifications. So you know every time I put one of these up. My deal breaker for the iForce Max was the batteries occupied the only storage other than the console. Yep, that seems to be a lot of people's deal breaker. But the truck does fine. Like the regular iForce is just fine. Andrew says it's cool to see the different trims all next to each other. Absolutely. Joel says if you don't like the Lunar Rock color, you need to see it in person. Lunar is amazing. Word, it's standalone. I don't know what that means, Toyota man. Lord says, I'd prefer iForce Max being available on every trim, even SR. I don't think that's going to happen. Wouldn't mind. Nah, fam, Android Auto is the best. No way is Android Auto the best. No, I refuse to believe it. iPhones are too expensive. Probably. Carl says, still trying to fill my 1794 hybrid up and read 500 miles to empty. Missed it by 1 mile last week. That's a tough thing to do. The best thing to do when you're being tailgated, slow down, and when they pass you out of frustration, just smile and wave as they pass. I mean, that's a nice PG version. Sifon says, I just switched my rear aux lights. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Oh, man. I like how our 2003 is so smooth because I'm old enough to own it, or when you're old enough to own it, you'll have a nice smooth ride. I'm planning to switch the taillights out for Onzo USA custom taillights or a little lift. All right. Or a huge lift. I will have tires and rims that stick out past the body. I love the stance look on trucks. I'm not against that either. NX says Ford puts 35-inch on Bronco and 37 on the F-150 at the factory. When is Toyota going to offer some bigger factory tires on the 3-inch lift Tundra? I don't know. I've asked. I'll be honest with you. I'm a big proponent of why can't these lifted 3-inch lift Tundras have a better tire on them. I'm the first person behind the scenes all day long. Good night, fellow Tundra fans. I love Apple CarPlay. I'm going to jail to work overtime. Ellen, be safe out there. Ellen's a prison guard. All's well. It's not going to jail like that. Andrew says, what are some wish list items for the refresh? Tow hooks. I love the new Tundra. I love the things about the new Tundra on the interior, the exterior. It needs tow hooks. Someone mentioned they wanted a rear bumper that has integrated steps. Okay. Other than that, I don't know. I'd have to really walk around and look. No more fake engine noise. Get rid of that. Yeah, I don't know. I like mine a lot. Maybe a bigger back seat. If they ever make the FJ Bruiser, that thing has 45-inch tires. That would be nice. That would be real nice. That would be real nice if they made that. There's a Terra TRD Pro listed at my local dealer, but the display picture is smoked mesquite. It looks really cool. I know exactly what you're talking about. There's a dealer near me that did that as well. So smoked mesquite, I'll tell you, Toyota Man is here. He is from Crestmont at that great dealership we were at last week. That limited smoked mesquite with the TRD off-road, that body colors everything. I'm telling you, that thing was absolutely gorgeous. That was the winner for me. That and that really beat up 2007 to 2009 limited. Those were my two favorites. I like the Terra, don't get me wrong. Terra was a beautiful color, but something about that limited, man. Refresh, flat rear floor, better interior lighting, add that to the list, and tow hooks. Yeah. So people don't want a ton. They just want a few little things here and there. And I can dig that. I can dig that a lot. All right, you know what? I'm going to call it an evening. Refresh wish list coming soon. You're welcome. Send me that in the email, tundradude34@gmail.com, because I'm going to forget. That's a good one, though. That's a really good one. Thank you, Andrew. You are the man. I think you should start drinking Diet Pepsi, and then everything is good. All right, let's call it an evening. That has been 68 minutes. The beginning had no sound. Toyota Man, you have a good night as well, pal. Be safe. Thank you again for all your help with Crestmont. Good night, Walt. Be safe. All right, everyone, be safe, be well. Make sure you go check out all of the videos of the last week if you haven't seen them. They're good stuff, especially that dealer walk video from Sunday. Check that out. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. I appreciate it. Hit the like button. If you really want to be involved in the channel, I have memberships now. You can become a member of the channel. In the description below me somewhere, you will see Tundra Dude /join, and that's how you do that. If you want to do that, I appreciate it. And Andrew wants to start an RCSB fund. I'm also into that too. But until then, be safe, be well. I'll talk to you guys soon. I hope you have